Hey, I'm Nick from Renewed Mind Coaching, and I'd like to introduce you to our men's ministry called the Unwavering Husband. We have an enemy that's trying to take out our families, and that enemy knows that if he can take out the head, then he has a really good chance of taking out the rest of the family too. Now, this battle can be really intense, and some men, many men, give up along the way because they're not properly equipped for that battle. We equip men with biblically based tools and support to be unwavering in that fight, to uphold the standard of the covenant that they made, to help bring them closer to Christ, and in the process, bring their wives and their children closer to Christ too. Now, to equip those men for that battle, we use a combination of biblically based courses, group coaching, and one on one coaching to guide them on this journey. We help men stand up and act like men by putting on the armor of God and overcoming the fears and the insecurities that hold them back from fully stepping into that role. We teach men about God's purpose and design for marriage and the sacredness of that covenant that they made when they said, I do. And finally, we equip men with biblically based practical tools and guidance to restore their marriages and build a relationship that represents Christ's love for us. Now, who am I? Well, my name is Nick. As I said earlier, I've been married for 28 years, which for some folks, that's a long time. Other folks, you know, been married twice as long as us. But my wife and I, we have 7 kids. We have 3 grandkids. And I can tell you that this journey, the last 28 years, it hasn't been all rainbows and butterflies. In fact, there's been times where we've struggled tremendously. And I've had to learn these things really kind of the hard way. I didn't have the model growing up. I didn't have the tools. I didn't know how to be that man. In fact, I didn't even know what that man looked like. Well, 3 years ago, God kicked me right out of my comfort zone. During that time, man, I tried everything I could think of to try to get back into comfort, to try to just do it all on my own and figure it out. And he just kept closing the doors, all the doors that I was trying to go through. Now, during this time, I wore out my Bible and I wore out the knees in a couple of pairs of my jeans because I was just praying and digging for the answers so hard. What I learned that I had to surrender. I had to surrender and put my faith in the one who was in control. Now, this was not my plan. I didn't set out to coach Christian men on marriage. In fact, I felt wholly inadequate to do that. I didn't even put this program together on my own. What I did was I just started every day saying, God, here I am. Where do you want me to go? And he led me every step of the way. So, where would you like to go? Is this something that sounds like it would be helpful for you in serving those people that have been put under your stewardship? If so, we would love to have a conversation with you and see how we might be able to partner on this really important mission. So give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, reach out, and let me know. We can hop on a call, have a conversation, figure out how we can work together. God bless. I look forward to talking to you soon.